All right. Yeah, kind of planned on talking about Jesus, last night's games and the two games tonight that were pretty good. But this morning, this kind of all just happened. Pretty much, started off, Terry Rozier got arrested. Arrested early this morning in Orlando. The FBI. This was early. This is before they even announced any details. Sports picks in multiple states, pretty much they're betting his under, and it was like $13,000 worth of money placed on him, his unders, which is crazy. And then after that, Chauncey Billups was arrested. A head coach. It's one thing if a player gets arrested, but a head coach getting arrested for gambling, it's kind of crazy. It's super crazy. Then you find out, right, that it was Terry Rozier is for sports betting on himself, and then Chauncey Billups was running rigged poker games I guess at his house or something. And also then Damian Jones got involved. He got arrested too. Apparently they used X-ray glasses, bro. Contact lenses, secret cameras, and cards. If you don't know, pretty much look like this. They put the glasses on, you can see symbols on the cards. This is emotional levels type shit. That's crazy. I can't leave the comments, but obviously Twitter won't let me log in. So, whatever. So that's kind of crazy. And then this report happened. The NBA knew about the illegal gambling scheme. So Terry Rozier got arrested last year, interviewed, and they let him go. So let's just play this video.
Absolutely right, Rich. The NBA at some point is going to have to explain why Terry Rozier was allowed to keep playing. And I just want to point something out. Mm-hmm. The sports books caught the irregular betting on Terry Rozier the day it happened, the morning it happened, when all of a sudden there was hundreds of thousands of dollars coming in on Terry Rozier unders for a relatively meaningless game in March, mm-hmm. involving the Charlotte Hornets. The sports books caught it. They told the NBA right away, and guess what? The NBA, Rozier didn't play the rest of the season, and he had faked the injury, so it wasn't because of the injury. The NBA pulled him.
So two things right there. The sports books told them that, hey, this doesn't look right. Same thing they did with Jonte Porter. They were like, bro, this doesn't look right. You got to investigate it. I think he's in prison right now. But but the NBA, they told the NBA was like, all right, that he faked the injury, right? This is true. He did have an injury that apparently has come out just to be fake now, just so he could not play the rest of the year. So that's going to pretty much go away.
They pulled Jonte Porter too. They flagged Jonte Porter and pulled Jonte Porter. The NBA's measures, their protection measures, the sportsbook's protection measures triggered this. They caught it. Uh-huh. The issue I think is, Jonte Porter, they caught. Absolutely right, Rich.
They caught him and arrested him. And then so first take happens, and I don't know where it started at. I don't know which one it was, but
Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl.
Real quick, Stephen A. Smith said was talking about how this is President Trump getting at the NBA because they're woke, pretty much, and said he's probably gonna go out to the NFL next. Because they got Bad Bunny performing at the halftime. He also said he could go after the WNBA. I don't know, just
because he had those
down this
casinos. Where do you think folks will connect? Coincidental. It's not an accident. It's a statement on his. I'm in half the time. I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to
restart it.
For one incident after another, have I said Trump is coming. He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story, okay? Remember, Trump has a long, long history connected to the world of sports because he had those casinos. Where do you think folks were coming half the time? I'm not talking about individuals. I'm talking about the culture. When people want to go to a casino, when people want to gamble, when people want to party, or whatever the case may be, this was his kind of connection to that. Mm-hmm. Because when you've got all of these protests that have been going out there and people that have been protesting against him and what have you, this man is coming. He's coming. And I've been saying it for a long time. And to me, this is the latest nugget of evidence. Coincidental. It's not an accident. It's a statement. And it's a warning that more is coming. And that's what they're saying here. And everybody better get, I'm just telling you, it's as serious as it gets. This ain't the platform for me to get into it the way I'm going to get.
But pretty much he said this whole stuff out. This is just the beginning for sports leagues. So this is what.
By the way, this was so wild. Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president for all the kind of left-wing activism of the NBA. Your response to that, 15 seconds.
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrests to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard out of anyone in modern history, and I live most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people for crimes.
Yeah, down.
Okay. Just hold on real quick. I just gotta see what he sounds like. I just gotta pull this up on YouTube. I gotta pull this up real quick. It just reminded me why it's so fresh in my mind. Yeah, this is exactly what it sounds. He sounds like this. Not the show. This is a show. Yeah, he sounds like
All right,
this.
let's move on. So we're trying to. Wait, why is this guy here?
No, jeez. You just can't find. Yeah.
Okay, class, today we're going to be learning about ratios.
Oh, you mean like getting
This
more like...
sucks.
Hello guys.
Actually, that's not canon.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so this is another thing.
How do you
This is former Mafia captain. I don't know if you know this guy. He was in charge. The NBA hired him to talk to players to stop gambling in like the 90s and stuff. So
how do you get players who are making millions in some cases to get involved in something like this?
You know, I don't think you understand the level of gambling among professional athletes, even college athletes. And I've been doing this for 30 years since they recruited me. All the leagues recruited me out of prison, you know, back in 1994, because they knew they were having such a problem. And I had a number of bookmakers working for me. The FBI filled them in on that. So they chose me to come and speak to the players and try to dissuade them from getting involved with organized crime. You don't realize, you know, gambling is...
no, they hired him out of prison because he was a part of sports gambling. He wanted him to pretty much be in charge of like getting the players to stop doing it and kind of see what crazy stuff was going on. As you hear, he got hired in '94, so
is an extension of their competitive nature. It raises the stakes in the competition. These guys get themselves in so much trouble. Doesn't matter how much money they make. And, you know, let me use Michael Jordan as an example.
Now listen to this part, because this could lead to a different rabbit hole.
There was a time when I said Michael had a real gambling problem because he gambles on everything. And I've witnessed it in certain cases when I was working with the NBA. But, you know, he came out in that thing that he did, the documentary on him, and he said, you know, I don't have a gambling problem. I have a competition problem. I'm not shocked what I see with Chauncey Billups. I'm not shocked with that player that, you know, gave some information. I'm going to come out early in a game, and this way you can bet the under on me, and we'll split it up afterwards. I mean, this happens all the time. It hasn't changed over the...
So, MJ retired. Jesus. He retired in 93, right? He retired in 93, right? He said he got hired in 94. There's a lot of people that he said he lost his desire to play basketball. He just had a three-peat, right? Just retired. But this is a real thing. There's a lot of conspiracy theories. Well, one that came out is that he owed about he owed a lot of people money, gambling debt. He owed a lot of people gambling debt. And I think that might be true, especially after this right here and the guy talking about, you know, Michael Jordan had a problem. This is just a funny little one-off thing. There's a guy talking about Chauncey Billups.
It was all built around Chauncey Billups, and I had heard about the game, and the person who told me about it was like, "Look, I know the game runs. I'm telling you, 100% this game is on the up and up." And I was like, "Well, I know a lot of the people that are involved, and I'm telling you 100% that it is not on the up and up."
Yeah.
And
so pretty much they told him, yeah, this is the people tell him, no, it's good, it's straight, it's legal games, and they're like, bro, he's cheating.
On all over the country. Victim lost up to $1.8 million. Let me tell you something. There are all sorts of super high stakes poker games going on.
So this has like been a thing brewing.
I have been invited.
23.
I am smart enough to know that I am a fish. Like I'm a perfect surprise.
That's kind of crazy. That's just a subplot. That's pretty much I'd say where it ends right there. But this is a funny subplot, right? Gilbert Arenas came into his show today with got the informant lunch special. You see the bag and everything, which is crazy. He's saying informant now. If you don't know, Gilbert Arenas got arrested in July because I guess a house he was renting, he had illegal poker games at it. I guess he was renting it or something, and a whole bunch of I'm not gonna say what type of people they are, but they got in trouble. So that was funny. But then this also happened.
Look, I'm good for all the trolling. That's cool, but Rachel Nichols is foul.
What did Rachel Nichols do good?
Use my video, and she actually wrote that I possibly snitched. I'm gonna troll with the best of them, but to ask that question, then it makes me really wanna, like, first of all, two of them is gambling on NBA. One is throwing poker games and robbing his friends. They ain't got to do with me. I'm gonna tell on this. Wow, I'm good for all the trouble.
Yeah, the Rachel Nichols said that he snitched, even though it's unrelated. But back to Gilbert Arenas. This is a funny story by him.
And LeBron
that he told. I remember when this thing came out. Gilbert pretty much said he was gambling in the NBA, right? Not on games, but this is a infamous story. I'll just play it.
I'm by and tap you on the chest and whisper something to you. What did he tell you?
That's Mr. Brown.
If you miss these free throws, you know who's going to win it. What makes it worse, because we gamble at LeBron's house, me, Damon Jones.
He just said they gamble at LeBron's house, whatever.
You know, that was our group. So Damon Jones is horrible at cards. He owed me money. Every time we played them, I always used to scream out, the landlord's here. The landlord needs his rent money. So he doesn't even play in game 6. So when he whispers, you know who's gonna hit it, everybody assumed it was him. I knew what he was talking about. Like I was balling that game, just hit the 3 to get us in overtime. And then I see Damon Jones in there stretching, and they really put the man in. And the fact that LeBron even passed him the ball is what hurt the most.
Damon Jones, who hadn't played a second all game.
That's crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much what happened with the whole gambling thing so far. Or something about something else that happened. Something else that is kind of funny. Chauncey Billups. I'll just type it in. Chauncey Billups' coach. Chauncey Billups' coach was Rick Pitino. And then also, damn, I missed it. So Rick Pitino was his coach, and then Terry Rozier's coach for Louisville was also Rick Pitino. Now, you don't know what Rick Pitino did. Rick Pitino, he now coaches St. John's, but it's a Louisville scandal, right? He alleged the school staffers arranged for sex and strippers for a recruit. Yeah, he did that. That's why he got fired. I wasn't exiled away, but nobody really wanted to deal with hiring me at that point. He was getting recruits pussy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That was definitely funny today. I got another video about the last 2 days of NBA. It was pretty crazy, especially the game last night. So I'll probably get those done soon.